Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Walker Venrick with Sharp Sports Network, bringing you my top 3 NBA plays for this January 11th 6-game slate. This is going to be a good one. A lot of studs, over 9K at least for such a small little 6-game slate. Anthony Davis is questionable. I know they have the little O by his name. I do want to mention that before I jump into this. Don't forget that we are still monitoring his status, and that definitely will dictate some of my top 3 plays for this video, but we're going to jump right into this one. If you have not already, please do leave a like on this video. We greatly appreciate your support as always, and if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns for us, please leave them in the comment section below. We're happy to give y'all advice when we can. Now, before I do get right into this slate, I do want to mention to you guys, we still have quite a few of these shirts available in most sizes, so make sure you come over here to sharpsportsnetwork.com. Check these out. They are absolutely awesome. I wear them literally all the time now. I kind of just replaced some of my old t-shirts with these. They're not just some cheap shirts that we printed some designs on. They are very nice, high quality, kind of an athletic material. I love mine, so definitely check them out. And but without further ado, let's get right into this one. So, starting off here, the first player I do want to talk to you guys about is a stud, and that is going to be Andre Drummond for the Detroit Pistons team. He has a 24% usage rate so far on the year, and he should see mid-30s in minutes at least in this spot here. He's playing a Bulls team that allows more fantasy points per game to opposing centers on average than any team in the NBA. Playing against the Bulls is also a solid little pace-up spot for the Pistons, who are, I believe, 23rd or 4th currently in pace. I could be a little off, but it's definitely a good little pace-up spot for him. And without Blake Griffin on the court, Drummond does see a slight bump in usage to about 26% or so. He's coming off of back-to-back 60 bombs against the Cleveland team that's bad against opposing bigs, but not as bad as Chicago. And he got saved, in my opinion, a little bit by the overtime in this game. I know he didn't score a ton in overtime, but seeing a number like that, a 49-minute game, it wasn't an outstanding performance by him, honestly, against that Cleveland team 2 nights ago. Because I mean, if you break it down in terms of points per minute, that's roughly 1.2 or something around there, 1.21 or something like that. That's a large minute number with a solid fantasy point game. Don't get me wrong, especially at the salary he came at. But seeing that many minutes and only producing that many points, really, in reality, is not something that's too amazing. It's still a solid game nonetheless, and the people that played him definitely got rewarded because he was only like 10K, I believe, or 10.2K. But I think he's going to continue this streak of 60-plus games here against Chicago. There's no reason he shouldn't. With Griffin off the court, that's a solid start for sure. But playing this Bulls team, he is going to be so efficient. I think we're going to see one of those first quarters where as soon as the first quarter's over, he's going to have like 32 fantasy points or something ridiculous with 12 points and 10 rebounds. But the only thing that I would have to say about Drummond is if AD ends up out, like I mentioned earlier in the video, if he does end up missing, it would be tough to really decide between him and LeBron James, pretty much at the exact same price tag, $100 more for Andre Drummond. It would be tough to decide between the two, but it would also be really tough to try and fit both of them. But that's all I got for you guys on Andre Drummond. Coming over to FanDuel, the next play I do want to talk to you guys about, let me get off of him real quick, is going to be Jackson Hayes for this New Orleans Pelicans team. Derek Favors is doubtful. I fully expect him to miss this game. Hayes has a 15% usage rate, which isn't super amazing. That does get a boost with Derek Favors off the court, obviously, but they generally didn't play too much on the court to start with. It's just he basically was getting the backup minutes and playing whenever Derek Favors was injured or just needed a breather. But with him out, Derek Favors, that is, I expect him to play low 30s in minutes at most, probably around 29 to 32-ish. The implied total on this game is actually the second highest on the slate. It's tied for second highest currently at 224. The Celtics are 10-point favorites. They opened at 9-point favorites, and they are the money's obviously on them to cover because now it's moved all the way to 10. I expect him to be one of the highest owned players on the slate tonight, which kind of sucks, but I don't plan on making any bold fades here with a guy like Jackson Hayes in the spot. He makes way too much sense at just 4.1K over here on FanDuel and 3.8K on DraftKings. He's one of the strongest point per dollar plays on the slate today, if not the absolute strongest. He averaged well over 1.2 fantasy points per minute last night against that New York Knicks team, who is not too strong against centers. But the Celtics are definitely stronger defensively than the Knicks are at defending opposing bigs. But it's not something that's as drastic as maybe considering a fade on Jackson Hayes. I think he's in way too good of a spot at such a minimal price tag. I really don't think there's any need to even want to get away from him here. So I'm definitely definitely going to be locking in Jackson Hayes into most of, if not all of my lineups tonight. He makes way too much sense to me. And the last play I want to talk to you guys about over here on DraftKings, 4.9K, Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant, I loved him when he was with the Thunder, actually. He was a little bit flukier with the Thunder. With this Denver Nuggets team, he seems like he's really embracing his role, basically as Paul Millsap's fill-in. So when Millsap's out, Jeremy Grant steps up to the plate. Essentially kind of took Mason Plumlee's job from seasons past, but with Millsap ruled out for tonight, this is another injury-dependent player, similar to Hayes with Favors. Jeremy Grant is a stud when Millsap is off the court. He got some respect put on his name quickly by DK, getting priced up from 3.3K to 4.9K from the previous slate that he was on against Dallas to tonight. 34 points in 34 minutes. A fantasy point per minute is a really, really strong number for a guy, especially at a 4.9K price tag like Jeremy Grant here. He should see, I would expect, low 30s in minutes, hopefully. I did want to mention FanDuel's actually lacking. FanDuel has him still priced at like 4K-ish or 4.1K. Yeah, 4K even, which is just way, way too low for a guy that's going to be starting with Paul Millsap off the court. He should be in line for at least 30 minutes tonight, I would hope. And he actually has a really, really great matchup against this Cavs team, who they're atrocious against opposing bigs to start with, but they're just a poor rebounding team all around. I really won't be overthinking this one. I'm locking and loading Jeremy Grant and Jackson Hayes as two of my top point per dollar value plays on the slate today. But that is all I do have for you guys. Thank you so much for coming out and watching today's video. I appreciate all the guys that are leaving comments on these videos, telling me that they love them, that they're awesome. It means the world to me. So thank you guys so much for your support. I will not be doing the stream today. Actually, my partner Joe will be doing the public stream. He will be live relatively soon if he's not already. So make sure you click the link in the description below. Go over to our Twitch channel, check that out, show him some love, and he will be doing the stream today. And then I will be active with the members in the member-only Discord for the guys that are members over here with us at SSN. And then I will see you guys in my video tomorrow. We'll be back to normal tomorrow with me doing the video and the stream. So good luck to you guys playing the slate tonight. And if you are playing NFL, good luck with that as well. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace.